you ever started a print expecting a perfect result, only to come back a few hours later and find something like this? Don't worry, this happens to everyone who owns a 3D printer. Sometimes the print doesn't stick to the build plates, sometimes the nozzle starts under-extruding, sometimes you get shrink all over the place, and sometimes the printer simply decides to create abstract art out of filament. So today I'm going to show you some of the most common 3D printing problems, what usually causes them, and which solutions you should try first. Before we get into the problems, there's one important thing to understand. Not every failed print means your printer is defective. Most of the time, the issue comes from some combination of 4 things: the build plate, temperature, filament, or slicer settings. And one of the biggest beginner mistakes is changing everything at once. The print fails and suddenly you change the temperature, speed, layer height, supports, bring, bed settings, nozzle, filament, and in the end you have no idea what actually fixed the problem. So here's the rule: change one thing at a time. Problem number 1: the first layer won't stick. This is probably the most common problem in 3D printing. The print starts, filament comes out of the nozzle, but it just don't stick properly to the build plate. Sometimes the filament gets dragged around, sometimes it forms little blobs, sometimes it starts fine and then comes loose later. There are a few common causes. First, the build plate might be dirty. Even if it looks clean, oils from your hands can reduce adhesion. Second, the distance between the nozzle and the build plate may be incorrect. If the nozzle is too high, the filament just drops onto the surface without getting squished. If it's too low, it can scrape the plates or even block the flow of material. Third, your bed or nozzle temperature may not be appropriate for the material. For example, maybe you are switching from a profile that uses a cold plate to a regular heated bed and forget to update the settings in your slicer. That can definitely cause issues. I know. And fourth, the parts may simply have very little contact area with the build plates. Possible solutions. So what should you try first? Clean the build plates? In many cases, that alone solves the problem. Then check your bed leveling or first layer calibration, depending on your printer. Most modern printers handle this automatically. Older printers may still require to manually adjust the Z offset. If the part has a small footprint, try using a brim. A brim adds extra material around the base of the print and helps keep it attached to the plate. And if you are printing PLA, make sure you are using an appropriate bed temperature. You don't need to randomly increase its temperatures, but it's worth testing within the manufacturer's recommended range. Problem 2: the corners start lifting. Another very common issue is when the print sticks initially, but after a while the corners begin to lift. This is called warping. As plastic cools, it shrinks. When that shrinkage pulls the piece upward, it starts separating from the build plates. You often see this with larger prints, sharpened corners, or material that are more prone to contraction. Possible solutions. The first step is improving adhesion. You can use a brim, increase the contact area, clean the build plate more thoroughly, and avoid drafts around the printer. That cold room where you place your printer might actually be causing the issue. If you don't want to add a full brim to every print, you can try using ear brims. These are small brim sections placed only where they are needed. If your printer is enclosed, that can also help significantly with materials like ABS. And for very large prints, it's worth using more conservative settings, slower first layers, a clean build plate, and proper temperatures. Problem 3: the nozzle clogs or starts under-extruding. This one can be pretty scary. The printer is running normally and then suddenly less material starts coming out, or nothing comes out at all. Sometimes we'll even hear the extruder clicking as it struggles to push the filament, like tick, 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 tick. This can be caused by a clogged nozzle, temperatures that are too low, wet filaments, or even a tangled spool. Possible solutions? The first test is simple. Manually extrude some filament and see if it comes out in a smooth, straight flow. And take a quick look at the filament spool itself. It might be tangled. I've personally gone through every troubleshooting step imaginable, only to discover the problem was a knot in the filament. So check that first and save yourself some time. If the filament isn't flowing correctly, you may need to clean the nozzle. Also verify that your temperature is appropriate for the material. Printing too cold can make it difficult for the filament to melt properly. The nozzle may also be partially clogged. In that case, you might need to clean it using a cleaning needle or replace the nozzle altogether. And if the issue only appears after long print jobs, wet or brittle filament could be the culprit. I deal with this a lot because I don't always store filament properly. Shame on me. When I print with AMS, the filament sometimes becomes brittle and starts breaking inside the PTFE tube. It's frustrating and can cause all sorts of print failures. Problem 4. Strings between parts. Have you ever finished a print and found thin strands of filament stretched between different sections like a spider web? That's called stringing. It happens when the nozzle travels from one area to another and leaks a little material along the way. It's basically the printer moving between sections while filament continues oozing out. Possible solutions. The most common causes are excessive nozzle temperature, poorly tuned retraction settings, or wet filament. Start by lowering the nozzle temperature slightly while staying within the recommended range. Then check your retraction settings in the slicer. Retraction pulls the filament back slightly before the movement. And if the problem persists, take a closer look at the filament itself. Wet PLA, for example, can cause a huge amount of string, pooping sounds, and poor surface quality. Problem 5. Layers shift to the side. Another classic issue, the print is going fine, then suddenly an entire layer appears shifted to one side. This is called layer shifting. Essentially, the printer loses its position on one axis. It thinks it's in one place, but physically it's somewhere else. Possible solutions? This can be caused by loose belts, excessive speed, the nozzle colliding with the prints coming loose, or movement restrictions. First, make sure the print hasn't detached from the build plate and that the nozzle isn't hitting any part of the model. Very tall prints can sometimes flex slightly and contribute to layer shifts. Then check that the belts are properly tensioned. It's also worth testing a slightly lower print speed, especially if the problem happens during fast movements. And of course, make sure nothing is obstructing the movement of the bed or print head. Problem 6. Too much or too little material coming out. Sometimes your prints come out with gaps, weak walls, and missing sections. That's called under-extrusion. Other times the opposite happens. The printer pushes out too much material, leaving bulging edges and poor detail quality. That's called over-extrusion. Possible solutions? If you are getting too little material, start by checking 3 things: a partially clogged nozzle, temperatures that are too low, or issues with the filament itself. If you are getting too much material, the cause could be excessive flow settings, temperature that are too high, or an incorrect slicer profile. One important tip: if you are using profiles made for well-known printers and materials, avoid adjusting flow rate right away. First, make sure you've selected the correct filament, nozzle size, and printer profile in your slicer. It sounds basic, but a surprising number of printing problems start there. Problem 7. Strange lines, bumps, or ugly surface. This problem is mostly cosmetic. The print finishes successfully, but the surface doesn't look very good. You might see blobs, visible layer lines, inconsistent layers, small holes, or strange textures. There are many possible causes: wet filament, incorrect temperatures, excessive print speeds, printer vibration, or even low quality filaments. Possible solutions? If you hear popping or crackling sounds while printing, printing, suspect moisture in the filament. If the layer is looking consistent, try reducing print speed slightly. If you are seeing blobs or excessive materials in certain areas, check your temperature, retraction settings, and seam placement. And here's something important. Not every visible mark is actually a problem. FDM printing works by stacking layers, so some layers line will always exist. The goal isn't necessarily to make every print look injection molded. It's to eliminate defects that genuinely hurt the final appearance. Problem 8. Supports are difficult to remove. This is a problem many people only discover after the print is finished. The supports are fused to the print. The print looks great, but when it's time to remove the supports, they break the model, damage the surface, or turn into a delicate surgery. This usually happens when supports are too close to the model, the print orientation isn't ideal, or supports are being used where they aren't really needed. Possible solutions: before starting a print, always check the slicer preview. Look at where the supports are being generated and make sure options like support on build plate only are enabled when appropriate. This allows supports to grow only from the build plate instead of attaching directly to the model whenever possible. Sometimes simply changing the model orientation drastically reduces the amount of support needed. Another option is adjusting the support distance from the model. Just be careful. If the gap is too large, the support won't do its job. If it's too small, it may fuse to the print. And in many cases, using supports only where they are truly needed already makes a huge difference. Would you guys like a dedicated video all about supports? We already have a video on the channel where I go through some of the best support settings. Problem 9. Wet filament. This is one of those invisible problems until you start printing, and as you've probably noticed, it can cause several of the issues we've already talked about. Filament absorbs moisture from the air. When the moisture heats up inside the nozzle, it turns into steam and interferes with extrusion. The most common symptoms are popping sounds, excessive stringing, rough surface, bubbles, and an overall loss of print quality. Possible solutions. The solution is proper filament storage. Use a sealed bags, silica gel, and if necessary, a dry box or filament dryer. And if a spool printed perfectly when it was new but started causing problems later, consider drying the filament before blaming the printer. Problem 10. The print turns into spaghetti. And finally, the classic failure everyone encounters sooner or later: spaghetti. The print comes loose from the build plate, but the printer keeps printing in mid-air. A few hours later, you are left with a gigantic tangled mess of filament. Most of the time, spaghetti isn't the actual problem. It's the result of another problem. The real cause could be poor bed adhesion, warping, failed supports, nozzle collisions, or a bad first layer. When this happens, don't just look at the final result. Try to figure out where the failure started. Did it begin on the first layer? Did a corner lift off the plate? Did a support fail? Did the problem appear after a layer shifts? If you have a camera or record time lapses, that can be incredibly helpful because spaghetti is usually the final stage of a failure, but the root cause happened several minutes earlier. A simple method for diagnosing print problems. Here's a practical tip. When a print fails, don't start changing everything at once. Follow a simple checklist. First, did the print stick properly to the build plate? Second, is the filament coming out of the nozzle correctly? Third, are the temperatures appropriate for the material? Fourth, did the problem happen at the beginning, middle, or end of the print? And fifth, did the slicer preview already show any complicated areas? This approach solves a surprising number of problems because it helps separate mechanical issues, material issues, and slicer settings. And whenever you are testing a solution, change one thing at a time. If you change everything at once, you might fix the problem, but you never know what actually fixed it. These are some of the most common problems you run into when 3D printing. It may seem like a lot at first, but over time you will start recognizing the warning signs and preventing many any of these issues before they happened. If you're just getting started with 3D printing, save this video so you can come back to it whenever a print fails. And let me know in the comments which of these problems happens to you most often. Parts coming loose from build plates, stringing, clogged nozzles, spaghetti failures, because depending on your answers, I might make individual videos showing exactly how to fix each one in practice. I hope you like this video. See you in the next one. Bye-bye!